Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Vision Investments. Today, I'm going to be talking about long-term investing. Recently, I started a Robinhood 1K long-term investing challenge where I deposited 1K, the same money that I had sitting around my bank account, not doing anything. This is a separate long-term account from my actual long-term account that's on TD, but I kind of wanted to prove to everyone what long-term investing can do, and I'm making it completely public. So I posted everything I purchased on Instagram. I'm gonna be doing daily updates, weekly recaps. I'm gonna be covering all my thoughts on it. I'm gonna be using this to kind of teach y'all my thought process and kind of how the market works. So it's kind of like we're starting together. I ask people to join. It doesn't matter how much money they used. If you want to use 100, 200, 500, 10,000, hey, more power to you. But if you want to follow along and put your money to work or something, or just risk it for the biscuit and follow my Instagram, let's get started. All right, so I'm going to be talking about how I picked stocks I picked. So what do I look for? The first thing I look for is personal use. Do I personally use the products and services that the stock offers? For example, I'm going to be referring to this a lot, but Snapchat. Snapchat is a social media stock that I see potential in. Unfortunately, I only own 9 shares here in the long term, but I see them being a market leader in the near future. I personally use them. I like what they're doing. I think it's a really convenient app. I think a lot of people are using it for communication. They offer a lot of cool things and they're innovative. Things like Apple, Facebook, any company that you can think of that you personally use and believe in, that's kind of my first go-to when it comes to picking stocks. So the second bullet point is, do their products, services better people's lives? So this is a quote from Shaq. And he said that he learned this from Jeff Bezos, but he started investing in things that changed people's lives, and he saw an insane ROI. So I kind of took on that same mentality. I started investing in things that I saw changes people's lives. When I say worse, I'm talking about, social media being mind controlling and things like that. But we're not going to get into that because it's a different topic. Usually, I'm trying to pick stocks that better people's lives for the better. So when I pick Facebook, I think Facebook's a great place for people to develop their personal brand, for people to sell things, for people to grow in community, make friends, all that stuff, right? AMD, they produce computer chips. I got an AMD in my own computer, so I think it's bettering my life. GPS, Gap, I think it's a great retail store. I believe that they help people, dress nice. People, that can't afford higher end clothes, they go to Gap because they have really nice clothes, affordable, and looks good, makes them feel good. So at the end of the day, it's bettering their lives. So that's another criteria that I look for when picking stocks. Third one is, since we are long-term investing, I am thinking about 10 years out. So do I see them being around in 10 years? And part of this is, have they been around for the past 10 years? If the answer is yes, then they're probably going to be around for the next 10 years since they already made it this past decade, right? So even when it comes to tech, which is a growing industry as it is, we see Facebook, Apple, Microsoft, they've been around for over 10 years and they just continue to grow and grow. So that's a criteria, that's a check off right on the list that isn't as important because anything could happen within 10 years, right? And you could always sell your position, but when I'm picking these stocks for my long term, I'm thinking 10 years out. And what I hold is for 10 years. So Snapchat, the young company, they IPO'd in 2017, I think. So they don't have that much history, but they are cheap, relatively cheap compared to Facebook. They're $26. So it's a company that I'm not afraid to invest in because they have a lot of potential on the upside. If we look at the max when they IPO'd back in, what year is that? Yeah, 2017, I think, or 2018. It hit a high of 29, sold off all the way to $4, and finally made a recovery. So if we look at Facebook, look at their max, they IPO'd back in 2012. They ran up to $47 and sold off all the way to 17. So you see this little area right here looks very similar to Snapchat. So when it comes to stocks like this, and they don't have the previous 10 years, but they have potential for the future. So that's another checkpoint on the criteria. Next bullet point is a question: are they industry leaders? So do they lead in whatever industry they're in? Are they the top producers? Do they have the best products? Are they better than the competitors? And with that question, you want to ask who's their competitors and who could threaten them. So, I mean, if you're thinking about Apple, they can't, nobody really competes with them unless you think Microsoft. But at the same time, Microsoft doesn't make phones and they specialize on other things like PCs and laptops. While Apple focuses more on, their iPhone and the App Store. And they're really different, but at the same time, you got to look at competitors. So when it comes to smaller stocks like GPS or airlines, you want to look at their competitors, right? But I try to pick market leaders. I'll be covering my portfolio right now. So if you look at Amazon, they're a market leader. Nobody can compete with them. Target, they're one of the best retail stores, apart from Walmart. One of the best retail stores. A market leader, right? FedEx, another great example. They're a market leader. They're best at what they do. Their competitors are UPS, but they're not much of a threat, right? They kind of coexist together peacefully because they're not trying to one up each other. So that's another thing you want to look for. Why would you invest your money in something that isn't a winner, right? You want to put your money into something that is expected to win, and market leaders are expected to stay as market leaders. So that's where you want to put your money. So another bullet point is potential and previous growth. So this is where you look at the all-time. So let's look at Apple. I'll be talking about Apple a lot because it's something everyone knows. So all-time, it IPO'd back in 2003, I think. I mean, it was so cheap that you can't even see the price because it's how insane Apple has grown. So if you look at Apple over the past 20 years, whatever, they've grown nonstop. Where do you think they're going next? I don't think it's down. And even if it does go down, I mean, the most it's ever sold off is probably a month or 3. Yeah, probably like a month or 2. But it's always recovered. So it's the kind of thing you want to consider before investing your money into the stock. Have they previously grown? And what kind of potential do they have? So for the last bullet point, we got technical analysis and fundamental analysis. Technical analysis is going to be your graphing, your pricing. You're going to be studying the chart itself. And studying the chart itself gives you the opportunity to see what prices are best. I know this looks insane. Ton of red lines. What the hell are those? I have no idea what's going on. I know how that feels. Don't worry. But technical analysis is basically trying to figure out what price points are the best. So here at 19, we saw a rejection. So it hit 19.57 and sold off, right? So next time it hits 19, a couple things can happen. It can hit 19, sell off, or it can hit it and just rip past it, right? Just keep going. So we saw it happen here at 19. It hit it, ripped past it, and then pulled back. So remember this: previous resistances become new supports. So the resistance is right here, rips past it, pulls back, and the same price that was a resistance now became a support and bounced off the support and kept going up. So when you're using technical analysis to pick your long-term plays, this is kind of one of the things you want to see. I mean, it's risky buying at the resistance because there's a potential of it coming back down. So it's kind of things to consider. Let me just show you how this default one. So all the red lines are going to be your support and resistances. We often see that a previous resistance becomes, the next support, right? We saw it bounce off the same price where it was rejected a couple times. We see trend lines. We see resistances become targets. It helps out. It helps out a lot just finding the right price to get into the stock. So your fundamental analysis is going to be your market research you do on them. So Thinkorswim has a really cool tool within the application that allows you to do this. If you don't have Thinkorswim, you just have Robinhood. You can go to Yahoo Finance. And Yahoo Finance, they let you do the fundamental analysis on their app. On their website. You would have to be looking at, statistics. I'll talk about all this over here. So fundamental analysis, you're going to be doing, in-depth research about the company. You're going to be looking at the numbers, share value, earnings per share, the cash flow, the return on equity, return on assets. You can be doing it on a quarterly basis, annual basis. You can look at the valuations. You can look at what people, analysts are rating the stock. This is when you look into the competitors. You look into the user growth, who is using it. It's a younger generation using it. All that stuff you're gonna start doing research on. Fundamental analysis is more complicated than my little strategy here, but it's kind of for stocks that aren't being talked about currently. It's for stocks that could have the potential to becoming the next Apple, the next Microsoft, the next Tesla, because people are trying to find the next stock because Apple's not going to grow 1,000% anymore. But a stock like Snapchat that could be $300 one day could. So that's where people start doing the fundamental analysis. They look at the numbers. They look at just a bunch of stuff. I'm not going to get into it because it's going to take me forever to talk about. So this is basically my small strategy. I kind of just use technical analysis more than fundamentals. Fundamentals kind of speak for themselves because if a company is doing bad on revenue, etc., then stock's not going to be going that much up. But fundamental analysis really helps you out when finding the next big stock. Real quick, I want to show y'all how to buy and sell a stock, especially fractional shares on Robinhood. So we go over here on Robinhood. And if you want to buy a fractional share, you're going to switch this. Also, I want to plug Lululemon. I love Lulu. Great stock, great products. I love them. I wear their shorts. I wear their t-shirts, their jackets. Great stock. Great products. I believe that they make quality stuff. They do great for marketing. People like Lulu. It looks cool, So it's I see it. It's got potential. I don't know what else to say. So you come over here to the right. Oh no, sorry. All right, you come over here. You want to switch it to dollars. You put your dollar amount in there, and it's gonna estimate the amount of stock you get. Since you're not buying full stock, you're gonna get the fractional, and then you're gonna review the order and you're gonna buy. And that's it. You're gonna get this fraction of the stock because you only spent $50 and the stock is worth $339. But it still grows at the same rate. Sorry. And I actually bought it for the challenge. It's up 11 cents. It's not bad. Not bad at all. But I'm going to be doing a different video on this portfolio. I have a Google Sheets that I'm going to be covering all the stocks that I like and how I divided this up. So if you want to watch that video, it should be coming out soon. All right, bro, this is just going to be the ending. I fucked up the other ending, so I'm just going to do this one. I don't even know where to start, but I'm going to do this. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. My management team told me I got to do this, but I would really appreciate it if you like the video and you subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be trying my best at doing at least a video a week, if not more. And if you haven't already, check out the Instagram. We just posted a giveaway, so if you want to try to win 25 bucks. I was celebrating 100 followers. We're at 128 now, so shout out to everyone that's following the page. We're going to be trying our best to post more content on there. I haven't been as active lately, but we're going to try our best to get on there more often, more education, more content for y'all. So again, thank you so much, and I hope y'all have a great rest of your day, week, night, whatever time you're watching this. Peace.